Welcome back to the channel. This is the Action Figure Grader. It's Friday. It's time to go through some items for sale, either at auction or at Buy It Now on eBay that you may want to buy. And as always, in the video description, there are eBay affiliate links. If you use those to make an offer or to buy it now or to make a low bid on an auction and then come back to win it later, it does help out the channel, and I want to say thank you to everyone that does that. Really appreciate the channel support. I also do have a new Patreon member that I wanted to give a shout out to. His name is Mo, M-O. So Mo, thank you for very much for becoming a Patreon supporter. I've already made a bunch of videos leading into Thanksgiving and the holidays. So don't be alarmed if you don't see your name in the beginning with the Patreon graphic, because I've had to pre-make like 2 weeks of videos because I've got so much family coming into town and things like that. So anyway, as always, I just really appreciate you guys watching my videos, and don't forget to leave me a like on this video to help with the YouTube algorithms. Let's start off with the vintage collection. And I sent this out to my Patreon supporters in a Buy It Now alert. I think it's a really nice example, and this is a UKG 90% for the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary Droids Boba Fett. This is actually one of my favorite TVCs. That's just an awesome item, and it's a UKG 90. I did receive an offer on it for 89 pounds. The Buy It Now list price is 95 pounds, which is 120 US dollars. Unfortunately, for those of us in the US, it's another $32 shipping. So hopefully one of you in the UK can pick this up, because that's a really good price at 95 pounds for a UKG 90 level, gold level TVC Droids Boba Fett. This was a Target exclusive, at least over here. It may not have been over in the UK. Next up, speaking of Boba Fett, this seller has some loose graded vintage collection. I really like these a lot. They just look so awesome. These are the comic art editions, VC 277 and 278. So we had the classic stylized version of Boba Fett from the original Marvel run. And it's loose graded UKG uncirculated 95. So somebody sent it in straight on the card, and apparently with modern items, UKG does still offer uncirculated designation. So that one's available for 100 pounds with a make an offer option. And then he also has the other one, which was the Death, Lies, and Treachery comic art edition of Boba Fett. And that's got cool colors on it as well. I just think it looks awesome loose graded. I don't know. I just think it would be really cool to have those alongside some vintage Kenner loose graded Boba Fetts. And you know, I'm a little surprised they haven't sold yet, but, you know, they do have a make an offer option. They're not cheap by any means, but they shouldn't be, given the cool custom cases that UKG designed and given the uncirculated 95 grades. So you've got both of those available if you are interested to make an offer on either one. The Power Droid just listed a bunch of unpunched TVC 1.0. I didn't include everything. I just wanted to let you know that he did list some more. And this was an offerless VC20 Yoda Revenge of the Sith. And it's a true offerless because it doesn't have the paperwork inside the blister. I feel like most of the VC20 Yodas that I see with the standard Revenge of the Sith card image, they have, I think it's a Darth Maul offer on there. So I'm a little surprised that this one hasn't sold yet at $70. There's 4 watchers on it. But I see these very regularly with the offer go for $80 or more. And this is the harder to find offerless edition, unpunched. And, you know, Power Droid, we talk about him all the time. We know how nice his stuff is, and they're always in really nice shape. So again, I didn't include everything from Power Droid, but there are some new listings from him, unpunched TVC 1.0. So make sure to go check out the seller's other items if that one's of interest to you. Here is another one that just got listed. This is an unpunched Grand Moff Tarkin. And this one hit, I mean, even this year, this one was hitting like 175. 175. And this is a US card with the Darth Maul offer. Given that that's VC98 and the Yoda is VC20, maybe it was it the rocket firing Fett? I don't know what the offer was that I'm used to seeing on the Yoda, but it's probably not the Darth Maul, given that the Darth Maul offer was at VC98. That's a lot further down on the, you know, in the numbering. But anyway, this VC98 Grand Moff Tarkin's in pretty good shape. I mean, it looks to be really clean, and it's listed for $80. Make an offer, and there's 6 watchers on it. It just got listed, so I expect that one to sell as well. On to the vintage stuff. The Muffin Man is back. I didn't include everything that the Muffin Man has available at auction or for sale, so you can go check out his other items, but I just wanted to give you a few highlights. First is a UKG 80% mint and sealed box tripod laser cannon. This is on the Return of the Jedi packaging, so it shouldn't go for too much money. Maybe $120 or so, maybe $150, somewhere in there. But he's got that one, and he also does have the radar laser cannon on the Return of the Jedi packaging. And that one's at 20 pounds right now, and both of those in Sunday afternoon. And then he also has this is an interesting variant, and you see this occasionally from UKG, where they label it short pour mold, and they spell mold differently than we spell mold, but short pour mold Death Squad Commander. And I think it's referring to the fact that the actual mold for it does not have the full made in Hong Kong lettering in the actual mold itself. And so as a result, when they inject it with the plastics, it just comes across as kind of partially finished, made in Hong Kong. And so you can kind of see that. The photo's not very clear, but you can kind of see that on his leg there, that the made in Hong Kong is kind of blurred out. And so that's called a short pour. You also have short pour on the actual figure, where the hand will be deformed, or the foot will be like a club foot. But in this case, this is a short pour Hong Kong short pour mold. UKG 80%. It's just kind of an interesting variant. I like the fact that UKG labels them so clearly there. That one is at 17 pounds and ends Sunday afternoon as well. On to some other items. We've got this is in the US. This is an AFA 80 plus vinyl cape Jawa at auction. Right now, the current bid's $370. It ends Sunday evening at 10:30 p.m. Eastern time. But that's a nice looking example there for the vinyl cape Jawa. We've had a lot of vinyl cape Jawas here lately. So the prices have definitely come down, just given supply and demand, right? And you can probably expect on that one for it to go, I would expect still at least, it's an AFA 80 plus. So that's a pretty high grade. It's got the new case style. I think pretty comfortably $2,500. That's my guess on it. So we'll see. That's a nice one, though. And Brown's 8888 is back with some very high-grade figures, including an AFA 90 gray IG88. And if you know anything about IG88, he's got so many little nooks and crannies on the paint, especially on that bandolier that goes around him. It's very, very difficult to get a 90 grade on any IG88. And, to me, it's almost like arbitrary as to how it's even possible to get a 90 versus an 85 versus an 85 plus. It's just a very tough figure to get in a very high grade like a 90. So that one's already at $187.50, and that one ends Sunday evening. But that's got to be pretty low on the population report for high-grade, loose-graded figures. So IG88, he also has an 85 plus small head molded legs Han Solo, so very high grade there, and an 85 plus squid head. That's a little easier to find. You can find 85 pluses and 90s fairly easily for squid head. I've got an AFA 90 for him, so it's not particularly difficult. But some of these others, though, I mean, it's very tough to get an 85 plus on a Han Solo as well. That's very tough. And this seller, again, has others available. I just kind of picked some of the highlights. Here's an interesting item. This is a mint and seal box Yoda the Jedi Master Magic 8-ball. And so it's kind of like one of those 8 balls where you shake it and you ask it a question and then you turn it over. And, the answers will be in kind of Yoda-ese. And I like to shake it and say, Yoda, can I lose 10 pounds over the winter during the holidays? And if I look at the bottom, it'll probably say something like, try or try not. I don't know. So I think it's unlikely that I lose 10 pounds during the holidays because my wife cooks really well. But this one is mint and seal box. And, it's got a couple of creases here and there, but I think this is a pretty nice example. And this is not something you see very often either. So that's pretty cool. It's at $52 right now. In Sunday at 9:46 Eastern time. This seller, two dips for me. I bought from this seller before. It always has really nice items, and he just listed mainly lower grade AFA items, AFA graded mint on cards. This is the highest, I think, of all the items he listed, but he listed a ton, including some early card backs that are lower grade and much more affordable. So go check out his other listings. I've been a very happy customer of this particular seller. He didn't ask me to show these. I just happened to notice them this morning. But this is a 41 back E Ugnaught, AFA 80, straight 80 subscores, unpunched with a price sticker. Clear blister, looks like a very nice example, listed at $500. Not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. Maybe you can get a little bit less if you watch it, but like I said, he's got some others available, so go check out his other inventory. All of those just got listed this morning. Obviously, I got to show Gold Star Tech. They've got a bunch of really awesome items that are at auction. First is a 20 back A Jawa punched example, no price sticker. 75, 85, 85 are the subscores on that one. And that one's only at $850. Like I said, it just got listed. That one ends Sunday evening. This is a very tough to find Empire Strikes Back packaging for the Droid Factory. And it appears to me to be factory sealed. So that's very tough to find. You usually do not see the Droid Factory with the ESB packaging in this clean a condition. I mean, it's just really, really nice, I think. And I think, this is going to go for a lot of money. It's already at $466. So, it's going to go for a lot. But it appears at first blush to be factory sealed. They do have free returns. Yeah, you can see there. I mean, it's factory sealed. It looks to be mint. So if you win this one, make sure you get it graded. But I think it's going to go for a lot of... I would say a high grade example, like an AFA 80 for this would go for $2,000 easily. So maybe you can get it for less than that. But, again, it's going to be expensive just given how high quality it is. It's very, very nice example. So that one also ends Sunday. Here is a 41 back D Yoda. Now, I'm not positive on this, okay? I'm not a Yoda expert. But to me, I think this is one of those transitional Yodas that I have loose graded. Dustin B., a buddy of mine, sold it to me. It was a CAS 85 Plus apple-headed Yoda. Now, most apple-headed Yodas come with the orange snake, okay? But this Applehead Yoda only appeared on the 41 back ESB card backs. And I think that's what this one is. So you can see very clearly it's got the bright green head with the darker green arms, and it's got the brown snake. This is the only apple-headed Yoda with the brown snake that ever appeared on card backs, on the 41 back. So this is actually a very, very rare item because it's got the apple-headed Yoda with the brown snake, whereas most apple-head Yodas have the orange snake. And so it's called the transitional apple-headed Yoda. And like I said, I've got one of those loose graded. So this one's mint on card. Obviously, the card's not in the greatest shape. The stem is kind of beat up. But this is a very tough to find example of a variant of Yoda still mint on card, is what I'm trying to say. This is the only card back that this one came on. So I expect that one to go for a pretty penny despite the bubble crunch. But I wanted to at least explain why I have that one in this video, because it's a very, very hard to find Yoda. So $165.50 is the current bid on that. I paid for my CAS 85 Plus. I don't remember exactly what I paid. I want to say about $400. That's just for the loose graded figure. So this one's mint on card. It depends on whether you collect Yoda variants and things like that. But that is a very tough to find one. Next up, we've got an AFA 75, 65 back B Hollow Cheeks Tusken Raider. This is a relist. So whoever bid on it and won it last week decided not to pay for some crazy reason. They got a really good deal on it too. I think it's sold for like $750 or below, which is a good deal for a Hollow Cheeks Tusken Raider mint on card. 75, 85, 85. So it's got two 85 subscores, and it's the correct 65 back B, which is what the Tusken Raider with the Hollow Cheeks came on. So good deal, or good item there, and that one also ends Sunday. On to Brian's Toys. He's got a couple of gems that are at auction. These in Saturday afternoon at 1:30-ish Eastern Time. First is a clear blister 77 back B Han Solo. AFA 80 clear blister. That's a beauty. I would love to have that in my collection. I really would. But that one ends, again, Saturday afternoon. It's at $400 right now. But the big one is this one. This is a 21 back G transition card ESB Boba Fett graded AFA 80. And it's a beautiful crystal clear blister. The figure is immaculate, absolutely stunning Hong Kong figure in there with the what do you call it? The overspray visor lipstick. I call it the lipstick visor because it's just so, the paint is so oversprayed on it. But it's a really nice figure. And obviously this is on the transition card. So only the first 21 figures appeared on this particular card back. It's an AFA 80. Card 85, blister 75, figure 85, and it's a clear blister. It's already at $18.75. It ends again Saturday afternoon. I got to believe that this is going to go for a ton of money. I mean, I would think personally, I'd personally be willing to pay at least $2,500 for it. But I think it's going to go for more than that, to be honest with you. It's a transition card, 21 back. It probably goes for $3,000 plus, but 2,500 would be my number, but I'm always a little bit low, almost always a little bit low. But that's a beauty. Next up, AFA CIB. They've got a bunch of tri-logos that end on Sunday night. I'm probably going to be bidding on one or two of them myself. Most of them have already kind of approached my max bids, though, and I think fair market value. So I would be very cautious on bidding on some of them because lately the tri-logo prices have bounced back up again. Last week, AFA CIB had a bunch. I did win 2, but most of them sold for astronomical prices, well above fair market value in my opinion. But this is one that's still low. This is an AFA 85 ATST driver, 85, 85, 90. It's unpunched, no price sticker, and it's only at 160 right now. There are others available. There's a ton available. I might bid on some, I might not, full disclosure. But I wanted to at least make you all aware of it. And one or two of you guys have used the eBay affiliate links for the tri-logos lately, the last 2 weeks. Whoever that was, I want to say thank you for doing that because it does help out the channel. So I really appreciate whoever it is that placed those bids. So thank you so much. And then I had to show these. I'm not saying that they're great deals, but I would actually argue that this one in particular is a good deal. This is an AFA 85 Villain Set 3-pack. And this is kind of right in line with fair market value. There was one of these that was, I think, an AFA 80-ish that sold for about $15,000. And this one's an AFA 85. And this has got, obviously, all 3 of the villains in there. These special action figure sets are very pricey. Box 85, window 80, figured 90s. And, you know, you could make an argument that maybe the box score is a little high, just given the scuffing there on the left-hand side. But whatever, man, this is a nice item. And it does have a make an offer option. There's 40 watchers on it. It's actually priced, in my opinion, pretty close to fair market value for what it is. And there are others. I mean, there are a ton of other of these special action figure sets. Most of them are the special offer versions that you can see right here with the special offer sticker. This one's the AFA 85 Series 2 version of the villain set that has the Sand People, Snaggletooth, and Boba Fett inside. And this one's also an AFA 85. And this one's probably more rare. There was a droid set, like AFA 70, that was listed for $6,000 or $7,000. That one did sell. But there are 4 or 5 others. So if you got deep pockets and you're looking for them, AFA/CIB has a bunch of very nice examples available on their eBay store with a make an offer option. So that's all I really had for this video. Thank you again for using the eBay affiliate links in the video description. I really appreciate the channel support. Happy hunting out there, and I'll talk to you soon.